Well, I find that knowledge exchange fellowships are incredibly useful because I've worked with school children and with music involving the community for some time, but it's actually very difficult to get the sense of that this is true academic research. And the profile that this fellowship has given me has been incredibly useful. It's also enabled me to leverage a lot of money from, for instance, my opera vehicles. A £2,500 KE Seed Fund award was used as matching funding for a much larger Arts Council grants for the arts. And that's really become a very important part of the basis of the whole vehicles project that I've been running. Well, it's incredibly valuable for me to have time. It's a very interesting situation because on the one hand I love teaching and it's a very important part of my work, but to compose I also need spiritual space and I actually need the opportunity to travel. So in the case of vehicles, my project partners are in Ellesmere Port in Merseyside and I literally need to be in various primary schools, and sometimes this is not really possible during term time when our term time is the same time as theirs. So it's actually incredibly helpful for me to have the opportunity of a buyout in this particular case. Well, the fellowship has enabled me to work on two different projects. The first of which is called Exercise Book. It's the project involving composing music in tempos for running. And this is what I'm working on now in advance of a studio recording happening in January 2016. And the performance for this and this sort of CD that we'll be releasing will be happening in January 2016 and will carry on for the rest of the year. But the original project that I've been working on is a children's opera called Vehicles with Action Transport Theatre, where we'll be working with primary school children in Banbury, Blackbird Leys and Ellesmere Port on creating a new children's opera. And the buyout I get from knowledge exchange funding in the summer will be used for time involved with the Banbury children working on a percussion ensemble to create a scene with car parts from a BMW plant in Cowley. Also we'll be rehearsing scenes from the opera based on the ideas coming from the children in preparation for a final opera performance and run that will be taking place in 2017.